What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Griff channel. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day today. We have a very special guest on the channel, my girlfriend's first appearance. Lina, you want to say hi?
Hi.
She is in her first appearance on the Griff channel. Today we're going to be going through our 2022-2023 Premier League home kits ranking. We've got our tier list right here. I'm going to go through my rankings. She's going to go through hers. We're going to go through each at the same time. We're going to divide it into 4 sections, and we're going to go by alphabetical order. So the first section we're going to do teams 1 through 5, second teams 6 through 10, and so on and so forth. So if you're looking for your specific team, it goes alphabetically. Obviously, we do hope you stay for the whole video, you watch it all the way through, and you enjoy it all the way through. But if you're looking for a specific team, that's where you'll know to find it. So I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to go through, give some insights on why we feel this kit, that kit ranks where it is, and I think it will be a fun time. Again, as I always say, we're working to provide some exciting content for you guys. We've got the away kits video coming up, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribe so you don't miss out. But other than that, yeah, we're working hard for you guys, and every single engagement means a lot. So if you enjoy the video, make sure to like and comment down below what you guys thought. And if you want to follow along for the journey, make sure to subscribe. So we're going to get started here, and we will see you guys soon. Thank you. Alrighty, guys, let's get started. We're going to go through the first 5 teams now. We've got Bournemouth, Arsenal, Villa, Brentford, and Brighton. We're going to go through those kits, then we're going to transition and go into the next 5, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to give my opinion. We've got the kits right here that we can look at, and then Lina's going to go through and do hers, and we're going to build our tier list from the bottom up. First, starting off, we have Bournemouth, made by Umbro. I'm actually a really big fan of this kit. I think it's really sharp. Again, I think they took a little bit of a risk to go with that kind of Z-ish zigzag pattern, but I think it paid off. I think it's something sharp. Again, personally, I'm someone who likes taking risks. Obviously, sometimes risks can not pay off. This is one that I think did. I'm going to put this one, we'll go in B tier. I think it's a good kit. I think it's a sharp kit, but I don't think it's necessarily in that top tier yet.
Okay, so I don't know soccer that well, so I'm just going to be
Unfiltered.
Yeah, okay. So for the first kit, I really like the lightning pattern. I think it's really cool. So I'm going to do B for that.
Okay, so we both got Bournemouth in B. As we move on, we've got Arsenal, who's done a really good job with their kits this year, in my opinion. Obviously, it's a very classic Arsenal kit. You can't really go wrong. That's just kind of how it goes. They're going to be classic pretty much every year. But again, I think it's sharp. I like what they've done with the collar, but it's classic at the end of the day, right? I think it's good, but I don't think it's necessarily done enough to be pushed into those top tiers, and I'm going to go right at B again.
So for me, I think it's really simple. I think that it could use a little bit more pizzazz. Yeah, it's just simple. I think the colors are cute and it works well together, but I'm going to go with C on this one.
Okay, Lina's got Arsenal coming in at C tier. Moving on to Aston Villa. Again, a pretty classic Aston Villa kit, right? This is pretty much as basic as they come. I think I'm actually a big fan of that color combination of Aston Villa. And I've seen some up and down responses to this one, but overall I think it's a decent kit. But again, like when you compare it to the Arsenal classic kit, I don't think this one really comes necessarily close, and I don't think it's a bad kit by any means. I don't think it's anywhere near that D tier. The D tier would be kind of when you take the risk or you do nothing, and it doesn't pay off. So this is a decent kit, but I don't think it's necessarily up in that B tier yet.
Not a fan. Gotta put it out there. Not a fan. It could be, the colors could be better. I like the, I'm just gonna put it out there.
That's their badge. That's their colors of the badge.
Anyways, I like the cute little kazoo, and then the A makes like a little car. That's adorable, but I'm not a fan. It's gonna go in D for me.
Okay. Kazoo's the advert, so always they have the ads on the front. Okay, moving on. We are going on to Brentford. Personally, I don't know, man. This is a tough one for me. To be honest, I'm not a huge person to say like, oh, the sponsor ruins it or whatever, because everybody has a sponsor, but This one really doesn't do it for me. I think this Hollywood Bet sponsor really makes the kit not very sharp. I don't mind the red and white pinstripes. It's semi-classic, but I don't know. I guess just something looking at it, it's not doing it for me. And I don't think it's necessarily horrible. It's semi-classic Brentford, right? But it's just not there. And when I think about, all right, I'm gonna buy these kits, or would I want to buy these kits? This is gonna be one of the lowest for me, and I'm probably gonna get some heat in the comments. But I'm gonna put that Brentford one at D. I don't think I'm a big fan of it.
This is where we disagree. I personally think it's adorable. Red and white, very cute. This little sea star, adorable. It's gonna be S for me.
S tier.
Yes, it's very cute.
S tier from Lina with Brentford.
It reminds me of Italian shaved ice.
A stunner, to say the least. I've got Brentford coming in at D tier. Lina's got him coming in at S tier. Moving on, we have Brighton. I really like this kit, to be honest with you. I think it's really, really sharp. Again, a classic Brighton kit, right? All these home kits are going to be semi-classic. The away kits and the third kits are where they're going to take their risks, and we'll go through those as well and give our insights on those. And those will probably be a little bit more interesting just due to the fact that they take more risks and they're a little bit more interesting. But for a classic kit, for something that's Brighton-esque, I really like it. I think the gold, you can't really go too wrong, and I think the gold on the collars, the gold on the sleeve lines, the little pinstripe down the middle, I think American Express is a good sponsor. I really like this kit, and I don't put too many at S tier. That's kind of how I like to go. I like to kind of have that a rarity. A or S, it's really sharp, and I could see a lot of people wearing this as Brighton fans. I'm going to put it in S for now, but it could change.
Once again, not a fan. It's weird and it's awkward. Could do a lot better, okay? Could do a lot better, no offense. C.
C tier with Brighton. Alrighty, guys, let's move on to the next 5. Alrighty, guys, moving on to the next 5. We've got Chelsea, Palace, Everton, Fulham, and Leeds. Starting off with Chelsea, again, I think Chelsea's one that has to kind of change it up a little bit each year. They had, I think it was the kind of yellowish influence last year. This year they've gone with the kind of, I guess you could say, skyish blue collar area. I'm not going to lie, man, I'm really not a fan. I've seen this one. I actually went to the Charlotte FC versus Chelsea FC game, the preseason friendly game in Charlotte. You can check out, we actually did a vlog with that one. You can check it out on the channel, but I saw some of these in person, and I'm not going to lie to you, man, I'm not a fan. I think for a top club, it's pretty underwhelming. I like it much less than that Villa kit. I don't think that Villa kit's bad. I just don't think it's great. I really don't like this Chelsea kit. I don't think it's very sharp. I'm not a big fan of the light blue.
Straightforward, straight to the point. The number 3, or I think it's a 3, reminds me of a hairy caterpillar. I don't do hairy caterpillars. I don't like them. It's gonna go to C for me.
C tier, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, a lot of people are not big fans of that 3 sponsor. Alrighty, moving on to Crystal Palace, one that has taken this kind of consistent design in both their home and away kit this year. I personally have been a really big fan of Crystal Palace's kits in the past couple years. They've done a really, really good job with a lot of kits. Forget, it may have been 2018-19 where they had the black, it might have been Puma. But I think they've just done a really good job overall. I think this sponsor is not too crazy. I think they did a really good job with the collar and sleeve lines. A lot of people say, oh, this looks like a little kid drew on it or whatever, but I'm actually a really big fan. I think it's really sharp. And this is one that I think a lot of people would buy because it's unique and fun that could last for a long time. So I'm going to put it in that S tier spot.
Chef's kiss. It's got to be an A for me. I think it's adorable. I think it's super cute. If people say a kid drew that, I'm all over it. I got nephews, and let me tell you, it's adorable.
So not a S tier. You got Brentford at S and Palace at A?
Italian shaved ice beats little kids.
Okay. Alrighty, moving on to Everton. Man, I'm not going to lie to you. When I first saw this kit, I was not a fan, and I still am not a fan. The kind of, I guess it's kind of a Hummel classic on the shoulders. This kind of weird little block of white on the under the pit area. They've got that little pattern going, and again, it's classic Everton, but it's not the one I would buy. If I'm looking to buy an Everton kit, I'm waiting for next year. I really don't like this one. I think it's bad. I don't think it's good at all. I just think it's a bad kit, and I'm gonna put it at D tier.
This is a tough one because I don't know whether I'm a fan or whether, you know what, I'm nowhere close to being a fan, let's be honest. I don't know if I really hate it or I really dislike it. I'm gonna go with C. Let's make it easy and just go with C.
Okay, putting at C tier. Racking up a lot at C tier here. All right, I am going to move on. We're gonna go into what we got. Fulham. Again, a classic Fulham kit, right? Yeah, pretty classic as it gets for Fulham. But I'm not gonna lie, man. The collar line here, the sleeve line, the little bit of unique kind of red coloration in there. The sponsor is not too bad. I think it kind of fits and kind of symmetrical with that color frame. I really like it. I don't think it's necessarily in the elite tier, but I think it's sharp. And again, it's classic Adidas at the end of the day, but it's a good kit. Like if I saw it in an outlet, not for $80, but if I saw it in an outlet at a discount, I would say this is a good kit that I would want to buy. There are some that I wouldn't say that same thing for. I'm going to put Fulham at A tier.
Awkward. I'm going to put it at D. Not a fan. Could
D tier?
Yeah.
Bad.
Oh, C.
C tier?
C.
Okay.
Not that bad, but bad.
Alrighty. Okay. Moving on to Leeds, I believe. A brilliant kit, in my opinion. I'm just going to get out straight ahead of that and say it. I think it's really, really sharp. Again, a classic, right? It's classic. It's classic Adidas, but the sponsor with the navy and yellow goes perfectly with the kit. The little bit of detail on the collar and sleeve lines, and the little bit of engraving on the LUFC in the kit, it's just tremendous for me. I just noticed that actually, that little bit of engraving, the kind of underlying, that's going to put it at S tier for me. I think it's an elite kit. I think it's something that's really, really sharp, and it's just like a classic kit that you can see for years. There's some that kind of take their time, I guess, but there are some that you're going to see at the Leeds ground for a long time, and I think this could be one of them. It's a really, really sharp kit for me.
I'm going to have to go with A for this one because the little stick man thing right before the S, it's cute and it's funny. It looks like a dancing running man, so I'm going to go with A.
Alrighty, guys, let's move on to the next group. Starting off with Leicester, I think it's a sharp kit, as we've been just talking about. I've got Leeds and Fulham with kind of pretty much the same design, right? They've got a little bit of a collar in there. I see what they were trying to do with a little bit of goldish beige Adidas and Leicester City logo, and I don't mind it, but I think if you're going to do that, the logo or the advertisement logo has to be that same color, the stripes has to be that same color. I think it all kind of has to go, and I think the collar has to be that kind of beigeish gold color. I think that could have been a really, really sharp kit, but it's not entirely working for me. It's not bad by any means. I like it. It's a sharp kit, but I think it could have been an A or S tier kit if they had gone with that same color scheme all around, but the kind of incohesion just doesn't work for me. It's going to be a decent kit, but it's going to come in at C tier.
I'm not a fan of the collar. I don't think that's necessary. I don't think it's pretty.
Okay.
I'm going to go with C.
You're racking up a lot of C tiers here.
Or at least they're not D tiers.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay, moving on, we have Liverpool. I am going to get a lot of hate for this one. Again, it's a classic Liverpool kit at the end of the day, right? And you can't necessarily go wrong, but I don't think it's impressive. They took zero risks, absolutely whatsoever. There is no extended coloration on the collar, really none on the sleeve lining. There's a little bit of underlying pattern, but there's really not much, and I don't think that's impressive. As much as I hate to say it, for a club that's been so impressive in recent years, you kind of have to have a kit to match it. And I know it's classic Liverpool, but at the end of the day, it's not crazy, and it doesn't take any risks whatsoever. And I think it was not last year with orange, but a couple years ago, maybe 2 years ago, they went with the little kind of like mint-ish green collar line, and I think that looked brilliant. And even something little like that, I think, would have made this kit much better. I can't put it in bad because it's not necessarily a bad kit. It's Liverpool at the end of the day, but it's not good, and it's nowhere near above C tier.
I'm going to put it at B.
Okay.
It's simple, it's easy, it's red. that little duck with the wings, whatever that
The
little
Liverpool logo.
It's adorable. It's cute. I like it. I'm not a big Liverpool girl, but it's cute.
Alrighty, Lina's got Liverpool coming in at B. Okay, moving on. Manchester City. I think they've done a really good job with this kit this year. The kind of tribute to the king. I think they've done a really good job with the retro kits. They've done both the home and away kits as kind of a retro tribute. And I think the maroon looks really, really good with this one. I wouldn't necessarily say it's one where I'm like, oh my god, it's unbelievable. But at the end of the day, the City home kits have never been like, they're obviously always sharp, but it's really where they take the risks where I'm like, oh, I gotta go get that kit. I need that one, like this away kit or like the away kit from this past year. But out of the home kits that I've seen in recent years, this is the sharpest by far and one that I could see myself getting. I think it's one that is a little bit timeless in the idea that like that maroon little border along the collar, it's one that everybody will know that was that year. That was 2022, 2023. The centralization of the logo, I think that looks really, really sharp. I don't necessarily think it's S tier. I don't know, man. It's definitely, for the home kits that I've seen, I think it's actually really sharp. So I'm going to put it at A tier for now. I think it's a brilliant kit and really, really sharp. I don't know if it's necessarily in the S tier in terms of the uniqueness, but it is very sharp and yes, unique for City, but I think it's just going to come in the A tier for me.
I'm going to have to put in the D.
Alright, stop playing. Come on.
I am playing. I wanted to see what he would say. You know, I think it is cute that they put the logo in the middle, but I'm not a
centralization, yeah. You're not a huge fan of what?
I'm not a huge fan of it being in the middle. I like it on the side. I think it's cuter on the side. I think in the middle and then with the puma right under, I think it clashes. Though. I think it's too much. I think it's too busy. You know,
fair.
Let's spread it out some. Let's give it.
Where are we gonna put it?
I'm gonna put it at A. Thank you for letting me talk.
Okay. So you talk a long time about complaining about the centralization of the logo, and you put it right where I put it at a great kit. It's still very quality tier. I think it's a good kit, wouldn't you say, compared to the most recent home kits? Alrighty, moving on to United. It's elite. Obviously, I'm a City fan. True and true. This is a brilliant kit. United have smashed it out of the park. That detail on the collar, the little bit of pinstripes in the underlying, a little bit of kind of retro feel, absolutely a retro feel with that collar. It's elite, and it's an S tier kit by all means. I think it's brilliant, and yeah, there's nothing else you can say about that. That's a tremendous kit in my opinion. What do you think?
That's going a bit far. I'm gonna go with B.
Okay.
The collar it's unique. It's unique, let's put it that way. I've always kind of been a fan of the Manchester United logo. I think it's pretty cool, but
fair.
Going very risky with that collar right there. I think that was a big risk.
That paid off or no?
Mm-mm.
So it's still B tier though. It's decent, yeah.
B.5. C.
Okay. Alrighty, moving on to Newcastle. The recently bought billionaire club. I think it's sharp. I think they did a good job with this one. The kind of light blue store logos and the sponsor logos. Again, it's classic Newcastle at the end of the day. I don't think you can entirely go wrong. I don't think it's bad, but it's a classic Newcastle kit at the end of the day. Obviously changing up sponsors in recent years. It's going to be a B tier for me. Not entirely impressive, but I would say that Newcastle fans would probably like it more than Liverpool fans would like their home kit for this year.
Don't hate me. I'm gonna have to put out a C. I'm rocking up them C's, but I'm gonna put out a C.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's a good evaluation of this one. Alrighty, guys. Moving into the final four, we've got Notts Forest, we've got Southampton, Tottenham, West Ham, and Wolves. Starting off with Notts Forest, a newly promoted club. I don't know what to think about this one. Again, I think in the kind of Liverpool kit, they didn't really take many risks. A little bit of, I guess, extended coloration of the darker red on the collar and the sleeves adds something to it, but no sponsor really. I mean, it's classic, but I mean, it looks almost like a t-shirt you'd find from a discount store. Like, there are times I find City t-shirts that look pretty much like this in City colors at a Marshalls or whatever it is, and I don't think it's good. I'm gonna put it at D tier just because of that. It reminds me of that.
I'm gonna go with B. It's simple, it's cute. It's not a bad simple, it's a good simple. I think it's cute.
Okay. Fair play. Alright, moving on to Southampton. This one has gotten, I've heard definitely mixed reviews about this. It got the classic kind of homo things on the sleeves. The sponsor doesn't make this one good, and I can't say that enough. To be honest with you guys, right? If you just take that sponsor away, like if I block that out, I really like this kit. The kind of geometric patterns, the one big stripe has gotten a lot of hate, but I think it's sharp with the Southampton. Especially the geometric patterns outside of it, I think it would be great without the sponsor. The sponsor just doesn't do it for me. I think without it, it's really sharp, but obviously the sponsor's part of the kit when you buy it. I'm going to put it at C tier, but I think without that sponsor or something else that kind of fits more, it could be a B or A tier kit for sure.
D.
D tier. Okay, following the trend. A lot of people have felt that way. Alright, Tottenham. Real quick, a little bit of a background. Tottenham always is just a blank white kit with the Tottenham Hotspur logo every single year. Okay, so here's why I really like this one. I'll tell you why. They did something with it. Been watching for how long? I don't know how long, and they haven't done anything with it. To add that little bit of yellow highlight with the blue around the collar, the Spurs along the collar as well. I think it looks really sharp. Obviously, it's a classic Spurs kit at the end of the day, but this is one that would get more people to buy it simply because they did something a little bit more unique, and I think it's something that came off sharp. It's not a huge risk. It's not like they did something crazy. They did something within the color scheme that I think looks sharp, and so I think that's going to be a B tier kit. I don't think it's necessarily on the level of City because I don't think it does enough, but it's a B tier kit. It's a great kit, and it could very well go into that A tier for me.
The little rooster-looking character is adorable. Once again, so cute, great touch. Whatever AIA is, not a fan. Too big, it needs to be a little bit smaller. It's gonna go with C for me.
Okay, C tier. Lina's only kit in the S tier is Brentford. I want you guys to let me know what you think down in the comments about that, please.
I don't even know Brentford.
Please let me know what you think.
You got cute kids though.
Alrighty. Moving on to West Ham. Again, this one has gotten a significant amount of hate from what I've seen. I think it's a decent kit. I actually kind of like that weathering-ish logo within the color scheme on the sleeves. A little bit of two-tone color on the collar. I think it's a sharp kit overall, and I can't complain with it. I don't think it's bad at all. I don't think it's necessarily tremendous. There have been better West Ham kits in the past years for sure, but it's not bad. I'm going to put it at C tier. I don't think it's necessarily on the level of Arsenal and Tottenham, but it's around that Liverpoolish mark, and that it's not bad at all, but it's not a bad kit, but it's not stepping into that great kit category. What do you think?
I like it. I think it's really cute. I think that the little shoulder thingies, very nice touch. Okay, it's going to be an A for me.
A tier, alrighty.
Color's not bad either.
Okay, moving on to the final kit, guys. We have Wolverhampton Wanderers. I've heard a lot of people actually really like this kit, but I don't know, man. I think it's hard to mess up a Wolves kit. It is. And not that they've messed this up, but it's not great. I think there have been significantly better kits from Wolves in the past years. I just don't think this one's too sharp. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but I don't think it's good. It's not a D tier. It's not like they've done something terrible, but I think that C tier is right where they fit for this one, finishing off with Wolves.
Not a big yellow girl.
Okay.
It's going to be D for me.
Okay, D tier. Alrighty, so let's take a look here. So we agreed on City both in A tier. I had Leeds in S tier. You had Leeds in A tier. I had Crystal Palace in S tier. You had them in A tier. Overall, we disagreed on some things. The biggest one being Brentford. Again, like I said, I want you guys to let me know what you think about that one. And then, yeah, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to let me know what you guys think down below in the comments of this one and what you guys' favorite kit is from this year. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Tapping in for the outro real quick. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for staying all the way to the end of the video. I had a lot of fun with Lina making this one, going through and ranking all of the 2022-2023 Premier League home kits. Make sure to stay tuned, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you guys can be tapped in when we do our away kits one, which will hopefully be next Saturday, and then we may do the third kits one as they kind of come out and get a little bit more common. So again, I really enjoyed making this one. It was a fun one, as I'm a really big kit collector. I love looking at and ranking and sharing my feelings on a bunch of different kits. It was fun to have Lina here. I was a little bit of unfiltered opinion and completely unbiased as not knowing too much about the teams. But it was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and comment down below what you guys' favorite kit is from this year, who's your team, who you've got winning, everything like that. And make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying it. If you're enjoying, follow along for the journey. I can't tell you guys how much it means to have you guys alongside me in this journey as we continue to make some exciting content for you guys and have fun with it. So have a wonderful day, guys, and we will see you guys on the next one. Thanks, guys.